Yo, everybody. I wanted to thank you all for coming today and every day you guys show up. This is awesome. I want to talk about something real quick. It's how to introduce yourself powerfully. This is really important because obviously first impressions are very meaningful. But here's the thing that I want to really draw out. The question that I answered on Core was how can you introduce yourself influentially or powerfully? The truth is that you can do that. There are ways to do that, but the most powerful way to do it is by having somebody else introduce you. So what you need to be thinking about is how can you provide value for people in communities so that when you enter the community, other people introduce you in a powerful way. So as a comedian, you can get up on stage and you can talk about yourself. That's the way people do it. Try to be humble. Try to not brag too much. Like, people have a natural affinity for being like, this guy's kind of full of crap. Like, it's something you don't really want to get into, is doing a lot of like bragging, because when you talk about yourself, you're bragging. So you need to be a little bit, don't talk about your achievements too much. Be forthright with them. Yeah, I climbed Mount Everest. That's what I did. You're not like, I'm the greatest climber, I'm better than everybody. The people don't like that. But other people can say those things about you. So the best way to introduce yourself is actually to have somebody else introduce you. So if you can find someone in the community that you can provide value for, and I could say, and I might even do it like this, I might even message someone in the community and say, and this is actually kind of how it works with comedy clubs, is I might message a booker and say, hey, look, I want to work your club. Here's a list of the clubs I've done. Here's a list of the things I do. Is it possible for me to show up and do a little bit of time or help out at a show that you might need a spot for? I'll provide value. I have a list of people. Maybe I have a Facebook group. Maybe I have an email list in your area. Maybe I've done something for some community work in your area and I can get people out to the show. That's providing value first. The booker's like, wow, that's pretty cool. The booker then brings you on stage. You crush it because you're going to be good at what you do. And then from there, it's very clear that you have the goods, right? Now you can ask that booker to go introduce you to other bookers. See, all these club owners know each other in comedy, and you can message and go, hey, I did work for this guy or that guy. You can just ask him, hey, here's a list of 5 people. Would you mind forwarding an introduction for me, letting them know that I did this and I crushed it? And if you did a good job and they're a decent person, they'll go, yeah. And especially if you like provide the email copy and just ask them to sign it, make it easy for them, yeah, they'll forward it. It's way more powerful than you saying it. So the same is true in sales, and that like in B2B sales dev, which I do and I coach a team on, basically you want to get in front of the right people. Well, the way to get in front of the right people is to have someone else put you there, okay? So someone within the organization can email a person higher up. Let's say the director of something can email the VP and say, I think this actually might be interesting to solve whatever problem we're dealing with. This might be a solution. That person might send you to the CMO, or conversely, you can email the CMO. They can kick you down to the VP. It's still a very high level, still the decision maker, and they'll be the ones to solve the problem. Those internal referrals, those are the best ways to get introduced because they show up on people's radar. If you're emailing a club over, if you're emailing a CMO, if you're emailing a VP, you're one of hundreds of people who are doing this. They all want the same thing. You can say whatever you want about yourself. You all look the same. But if someone in their group, in their tribe, in their community is saying, this guy I think is worth paying attention to, you're going to be much more powerfully listened to and paid attention to. So think about that. The best way to actually get an introduction in the world of comedy or in sales or wherever is by getting someone else to introduce you. Don't try to introduce yourself, although you do have to do that at some point. But think about ways that you can leverage it and get more intros. Take it easy. Oh, also, I want to say, everybody listening to this channel, I have a course coming up on Udemy soon. If you subscribe and check it out, I'll be posting a video very soon when we pass our next milestone, and they'll give you a free 2-hour How to Cold Call Like a Comedian coaching course, which I put together. It's going to be free, at least for the week after we pass that milestone. So please keep paying attention. Thanks so much, guys.